Oh my God, it's finale day. I know you guys are ready. I don't know if you're coming over from the reaction that you just watched or if you're starting with this comment read video and then going over to the reaction, doing a little pregame, but I hope you guys enjoy nonetheless. We're going to get straight into you guys' comments because I'm excited. I don't know what's about to go down. Obviously, I'm reading these before getting into the episode, so let's just get in because this might be a long one. We got two videos we'll be reading comments from, both episode 11 reaction and then the comment read video that I dropped that you guys watched and commented on. So let's get straight into these comments. One of them, I think, actually, we'll start with this first one. Smug, I think. I didn't read any of it yet, but I saw that someone said he might have left a spoiler. So I'm going to skip it for right now. I'm still going to like it, and I'm going to, maybe I won't pin it yet so nobody else gets spoiled. I don't know. I won't pin it yet, but I'll come back to your comment after I watch. Maybe after, at the end of this video or the reaction video, I'll go back and read your comments. So, or depending on what it's a spoiler on, it could be just the live streams. I'm not sure, but thank you regardless, Smug. I appreciate you as always. We got Boo Boo Rose. I know I'm butchering it, but let's read your comment. You said the three eyes doesn't represent the widespread one, or the whispered one. Every time Delilah used her blood for a ritual involving them, she only carved one eye. Okay, yep, on her wrist. And I forget what she drew above and below, but yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. Even though she made the marks on both arms over the span of time. But yeah, you're right. So thank you for clearing that up for me. So logically, three eyes represents another entity. I won't say more to avoid potential spoilers. Okay. The temple was dedicated to something else, and the Briarwoods repurposed it for their own ritual. Okay, got it. I actually think I might have seen a comment that elaborated on that and let me know who that's related to. So I'll probably end up reading it in this comment section either. I appreciate you not dropping it for sake of spoilers, but I think somebody did anyway, but that's okay. It's cool. It just gives me more anticipation for future seasons and to watch the live streams. Thank you, Boo Bulls. Boo Boo, that's funny. Andrew Smith, he said, I think you can build a strong channel. Now I'm trying to. I appreciate it, bud, but good luck. Thank you. We gonna keep going. This ain't gonna be the end of CR content. We got some live streams. We got guess the cast. Hopefully, I don't know too many of them already. All the knowledge you guys have been giving me, and I've seen some on the side scroll, like during the episode when they showed their actor info. Mostly Marisha and Keyleth, but and I think I know Scanlan too. And I'll probably, by process of elimination, I'll probably be able to guess Grog. But there's a lot of cast members, so maybe I should still watch it. We'll see. Chris Hall, or Hull, yep, Hull. You said big fan of the reactions. I never played D&D, but watched CR from the beginning. Oh wow, so even the early seasons. Let me know your thoughts on the early season. I know some people said it wasn't the greatest because of audio and it was their initial start in live streaming and all that. So let me know how you feel about those early seasons, if it wasn't as good because they were lower level, or if you still got a lot of enjoyment out of it. Would love to watch you try it out with the generous fans of your show that have offered up a chance to play. Cheers, mate. Cheers to you as well. I can't wait to do that. I'm still talking to people as we speak. And it's coming close now that we're going to be done with the season. So I haven't decided how I'm going to upload it yet. The way I'm discussing it with people, we'll see how it plays out. Some of the content might be uploaded to Patreon for free, and some may be uploaded to the channel depending on how long the videos and whatever we end up doing is. We'll see how it goes. Dragon Archive, always love seeing you in here. You said the three eyes in the Ziggurat are a symbol of a different god in this world, but the temple was abandoned and the Briarwoods repurposed it for their ritual. Okay, I appreciate you guys addressing, because and it was brief too. I feel like I asked like really quickly what the three eyes on the temple or the Ziggurat was, and you guys jumped to answering my questions already. I love it. But like I said, somebody else I think addressed it, so I'll probably read it and get that info. Hopefully it's not too much of a spoiler. We'll see though. Geek78, yep, you said spoilers in a comment from Smug. That's the comment I saw. Thanks for giving me the heads up. Again, it's okay, Smug. I know what happens. It just shows your enthusiasm for the show, and for my reactions as well. So I'm glad you're enjoying, and I'm definitely gonna go back and take the time to read your comment. Thank you. Let's see. We got Cyberitic Cupboard Rat. I like it. You said nice catch of the three eyes on the pillar. The Ziggurat was originally built along. Yep, this looks like one of them here. Built a long time ago to the goddess of knowledge, Loon, Laun. Oh, you're gonna pronounce Ayun. Okay, got it. See, you guys know me too well. I appreciate it. The three eyes is one of her symbols. One of. Okay, so I wonder if I've seen any more of her symbols throughout this show. I guess we'll see. The Ziggurat was built on a natural convergence of ley lines of the planet. The area that later became Whitestone was the location of a battle between gods, one of many during a war called the Calamity. Have I heard? Has somebody else mentioned that in the comment section? I feel like they have. I've seen that word in the comment section at another point. It has to be addressing the same thing, but I didn't get the Ayun context. Ayun was badly wounded, and her temple, the Ziggurat, was lost underground. Got it. Okay, so I know Ripley had a part in bringing the Ziggurat back to life or repurposing it. I'll have to go back and listen to exactly how she helped out in doing so, because I thought she had a big part in like building this ziggurat, but it sounds like it was already like a temple in itself, and she must have just helped them to get back to it. Was lost underground. Much of what the Briarwoods were doing in Whitestone for the last 5 years was excavating it to repurpose it for their plans. Okay, got it. So maybe that kind of answers my question. She's got some of the same smarts as Percy when it comes to like engineering and stuff like that. So maybe she just built all the machines responsible for excavating the temple itself. Okay, that makes sense if that's the case. Anike Evans or Anik Evans. Let's like yours real quick. You said 12:59. Thank you for the timestamps. Pike's weapon is called a mace. Oh yeah, I called it. What did I call it? I forget. I forget. So not a mace though. So thank you. Of disruption, which does extra radiant damage to undead. So that definitely comes in handy when fighting vampires and zombies. Perfect. I love seeing Pike and Keyleth in action. I think they've definitely got extra shine just because of the undead and their strengths against the undead. But I've enjoyed seeing their growth in pretty quickly too. I've already mentioned the pacing of the show and the character growth that I've been a fan of in this series, being condensed down from those 3 hour 5 hours or longer live streams. So yeah, I love it. 1509, you said since Delilah's technically not undead, light effects and radiant damage don't necessarily hurt her more. Got it. Yeah, I think I asked, since she's a necromancer and her power is based in death, if she took extra damage because of that. It's just a huge hindrance since she's a necromancer. That's a good question though. Thank you for clearing that up. 1922, you said the eye insignia is a symbol of goddess in the D&D pantheon. Okay, you're touching on Ayun too. Pronounced Ayun. Again, you guys are pronouncing it for me in parentheses. I love it. The goddess of knowledge. This is because the Ziggurat was originally a temple for her. The Briarwoods repurposed for the Whispered One. Thank you. 20-minute mark. In the game, Vex was the one who got hit with Delilah's spell. So even for critters, it was a bit of a shock when, oh, sneaky, sneaky. I wonder who makes the last call. I wouldn't doubt that Matt Mercer was the one who said, hey, switch this up for the show, because I love switching the plot on y'all and making y'all's jaws drop. I wonder if he had a lot to do with that, or if that was just an executive. Well, no, you guys told me Amazon didn't really have any thing to do as far as the content, just kind of producing it and putting the money behind it. So yeah, Matt Mercer probably had something big to do with that. Let's see, you said 2846. Delilah's spell is most likely either called Witch Bolt or Eldritch Blast. though Eldritch Blast is primarily a warlock spell, so it's probably most likely Witch Bolt. Because you guys cleared that up, that she's a wizard, not a warlock. And contrary to popular belief, she's a wizard and not a warlock, so I'd assume it's Witch Bolt. Got it. Perfect. Also, the spell that she used on Scanlan, which he used back on her later, is called Silence. Okay. Simple enough. Like I said, I love the with all the complexity of the D&D game, I love that the spells themselves are kind of straightforward in what they do. 2950, you said the orb doesn't get explained for quite some time, so I'd suggest, oh damn, more cliffhangers on top of cliffhangers on top of cliffhangers, so I'm not gonna find out in this finale. What's gonna happen? They gonna get sucked into it. What's gonna happen in this damn finale? I have a hard time believing that Delilah died and Silas died to bring this thing back and realize their plan for the Whispered One, and it's just gonna sit there and do nothing. No, we gonna see something this episode. So I don't know what's gonna happen now. Let's see. 3245. Keyless spell is called Sunbeam. Okay, not Daylight, which similar to Daylight causes radiant damage. So yeah, Silas didn't stand a chance. Yeah, she burnt his ass to a crisp. He and pretty easily too. I know Grog held him back or down, but regardless, wherever he was in that room, he was gonna get toasted. 3344. I think they really are letting her character shine for the show. Yep, because so she has so many great moments that went unsung because many viewers didn't gel with her character. I still don't get it, but hey, I'm glad that more people are able to see her for how kick-ass she is, and I was able to see it right off the bat, but this show has done a good job of portraying her in that way. And I feel like you said, as a fan favorite now, even new people to the show, I feel like a lot of people have gravitated towards her. I haven't watched many other reactions since I'm still reacting to the show, so I'm not sure exactly what who exactly has loved her, but you guys, the way you guys talk about her, it seems like she's become a lot more popular within the community and from new people. So 3620, 36, was that the end of the episode? I'm cheering I'm cheering you on. I love that you've become so invested in this show and that you've embraced the critters as much as we have you. Looking forward to the next episode. Thank you. It's here. I hope you guys enjoy it. This has been a great ride. You guys have been great. Like you said, you embraced me. And it's been so easy to get invested because there's so much lore knowledge from you guys. The game, the history, it being responsible for so many great things that followed it. Like, role-playing games and other shows and aspects that I know of but didn't know the origin of those aspects. So it's been cool to learn about this stuff, and I appreciate you guys for passing that on to me. Don't think it's not going to stop here. We still got other CR content coming, and we'll see if we get this D&D game or one shot up and rolling. We'll see how it plays out. Thank you, Anike. Let's see. We got Raphael Fryer. So fun fact, we did not expect Keyleth to get hit. Oh, because Vex got hit there, because in the actual campaign it was supposed to be Vex got it. That damn Matt Mercer. I'm not even mad that might be a spoiler since I'm going back to watch some of the live streams, but I'm looking forward. The reaction of the group playing and being familiar with their characters somewhat now is going to be enough reward for me, seeing them their faces when these things reveal themselves during the game. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, Raphael. Neum Fox, you said, I'm sure others have suggested it, but after you've watched the series, you should watch the watch party on their Twitch channel. Watching Matt Mercer's face during the big fight and Keyleth's big spell was amazing. That'll be awesome too. I think some of you have dropped that with the links, but I wonder, should I take it it's just like the reaction to the series itself. They watch the episodes. You guys have told me a little bit that they have a live stream, talk about the episode, explain some things that maybe weren't so clear in the episode. Should I watch those next, or should I jump straight into the live streams and watch those first, and see all the differences. You guys let me know in what order I should watch things. That would be perfect for me, and I'll pin the comment whoever gets it first. Thank you. Taishi Kojima, I know I've seen you in here. Appreciate you. Welcome back. You said Ripley ditching the party was a deviation. Yeah, I think. I'm not sure if I was right in that. But I think from one of the comments I read that it said she did deviate in both scenarios, but in the live stream she ditched them before they left the tank where all the acid filled up in the room. If I'm remembering that correctly, maybe I'm wrong or just read it incorrectly. Which is funny because that is actually basically what happened. They used her for info and she ditched when she found her opportunity. Yeah, she still dipped out of there really quick. That's kind of when Percy kind of lost it. I don't know what's gonna happen with Percy. We'll see. I don't know what's gonna happen with Ripley. I wonder if we'll see her here. We got a lot of people who left. Silas, Delilah, Pike got ripped away. And then Ripley got ripped away. So I'm thinking we won't see Ripley in this episode, but in future seasons, I'm looking forward to what we get from her. The only real difference is that in the live stream, the party got distracted trying to figure out a plan, and she was like, "I'm." That's that's funny how that plays out. Regarding the spells used, not sure there are direct analogs. Keyleth blasting Silas seems kind of like Sunbeam, but I don't know what Pike's blast was supposed to be. Okay. A lot of the animation doesn't necessarily map directly to the spells in the game. Yeah, you guys have told me that it's not verbatim to the live stream or to the game because some copyright issues, and also that they've changed and exaggerated some things just for the enjoyment of new viewers and viewers familiar with the game and who love it like you critters do. So that's not a big deal for me, but and you guys have told me it's not a big deal for you either. A lot of the animation doesn't necessarily map directly to the spells in the game. Obviously, a lot of the abilities the party uses are direct from the game, but I think they wanted to focus more on making a badass animation. Facts, and I agree with that, and they've succeeded. It reminds me of animation from Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's pretty similar to that, and similar. They have some of the same voice actors too, in Delilah, and Azula, and other people like you guys have told me. But I love the animation, and I think last episode it's been ramping up. Last episode was the best for me, in part because of the close combat battles we had and fights we had in that episode, and all the spells being exaggerated to a high level, specifically with Keyleth. But that was a pretty epic episode, and I really enjoyed it. The animation was great. Then making sure every ability they use is accurate to the rules they play with. And that's pretty clearly the right call based on results. Love the react as always, and there's just one more for now. I know. I hope we don't have to wait long for this second season. That's in part why it took a long time kind of rolling these reactions out, because I know if I finished on time I was going to be waiting a long time. I remember when I watched Game of Thrones, I waited till season 5 to start. I'm glad I didn't wait till season 5 for this, but for Game of Thrones I waited till season 5 to start watching, and then I caught up in the course of like 3 weeks maybe. And then I was stuck waiting for season 6 with everybody else, and I was just miserable. But that ain't gonna be the case here. But I'm looking forward to it. Who we got here? We got Ayan Abdullah. Welcome back. Always see you in here. You said this was probably my favorite episode of the series. I'd have to go back, rewatch, and think about it. But I think that it could be mine too. I feel like so many of the episodes brought their own things to the table. I don't know. I'd have to go back and rewatch before I give that one my favorite, but they're all top notch. I love them all. Definitely some of the best animated fights I've seen in Western animation in a while. I agree with that. Let me know Because I'm always looking for new things to watch, great fights, animation, and stuff like that. Let me know what your other favorite ones are that would compare to these animated fights that we got in the last episode. In a while, with the Pike Versailles, but being a thing of beauty. Regarding some of the spells used in this episode, I'm sure Keyleth is using Sunbeam, which is a concentrated energy blast of sunlight, which can damage anybody, but will do extra damage to certain undead like vampires. Got it. Delilah using silence on Scanlan is a good tactic. Magic usually has three components, which are verbal, spoken words, somatic gestures, usually with your hands. Would somatic also embody like Scanlan using his instruments? I think that would fall under that category. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Things like blood or diamonds, which is what Delilah uses with the residuum necklace and her blood. Very few spells can be done without a verbal component off the top of my head. I can only think of a handful, and silence suppresses any spellcaster's ability to perform the verbal component of a spell. Got it. Perfect. Thank you. Always appreciate it. You always give me a ton of info in your comments. You all do, but I love it. Thank you. El Bruce. Well, I kind of like the avatar too. At first, I thought it was a dog. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan, so I thought that's what that was. But you said I wouldn't hope for any fairy tale ending. The fake folk are liars. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. But I don't know what to expect. I'm hoping for the best, expecting the worst. The worst being, you know what, Keyleth better be good. She better not fall 6 feet under with the sun treat. But nah, she gonna be good. We gonna talk it into existence. We already lost Pike for this episode. Nah, she gonna be all right. We'll see. We'll see. Thank you, L. Bandy 13 or 138. You said what Delilah summoned has one eye, not three. Got it. And Percy smoke in the foe of a bird beak, not a dragon. Oh, okay. So when they showed it, I know we've seen got glimpses of it when the smoke comes through. I know he has his little his face mask that looks more like a bird, but that's when I see that face mask, I think bird. When I saw the shadow on the wall, I'll see if I can pop up a picture here. I know you've seen it, and I trust you on this, so I'm gonna say it's a bird, but it just, I guess, same family: bird, dinosaur, dragon. But I just initially thought dragon, especially with all the talk from you guys in the comment section, with Vex having her history with dragons, and then season 2 possibly being based around dragons. I thought that might be a tie into that. But also that kind of answers the question on why, if it's the fact that it's not a dragon spirit or whatever, that's why Vex didn't have any real reaction to it. So thank you for clearing that up. It's like yours. Appreciate it. Teresa Lavalon, you said every time the music starts swelling as Keyleth powers up her sunbeam, I start tearing up. Neil RC or Akri did such an amazing job on the soundtrack. Okay, so he's responsible for it. I wonder. I haven't looked. I've seen all like the episode. It might be in like the extras category if they have the soundtrack for the show on Amazon Prime. They should. I'm gonna have to look that up and see if I can listen to it, because I'd love to listen to the whole thing all the way through, even without it. Probably, like you said, it would remind me of the scenes, and I just love listening to it. So so much of that, when I listen to it, I can see the scenes happening in my mind. The 2 tracks for the end of the Ziggurat fight, Turning Tides and Blinded by the Light, are incredible. I love the tracks. I don't remember them verbatim because I've only watched the episode once, but I know I love the music all the way through. Not only at last episode, but the whole series. So yeah, I can't wait to go back and listen to the whole thing. I wonder how many original songs are there for this show. It's a lot of it, so that track list might be pretty extensive, but I want to go back and listen to it for sure. Cole Drake, what up, Drake? I know I've seen you in here last few videos for sure. It's so crazy that the bad guys basically won here. They succeeded with the ritual, and Vox wasn't able to stop them. Facts. I love that about. I know I've mentioned the term plot armor a few times as in terms of characters, but also with I'm glad that this show doesn't follow the run of the mill formula for a TV series, a show just to appease to the masses. I like it when the villain kind of wins it, and like I said, I'm hoping for the best. So they might still come through in the clutch and do something. But then again, I don't know. I'm expecting something bad to happen still. Primarily with this story has focused around Percy for this first season. So I know that bullet that was metaphorically meant for him. I don't know. We'll see. But hopefully it's nothing too crazy. Hopefully I don't shed tears in this damn episode. It's a strong possibility I won't, because I'm man. No, but I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Sun Tiger 45, you said very well spotted on the three eyes on the Ziggurat. Without going into spoilers, the three eyes is the symbol of Ayun. Okay, so you're touching on this too. Knowing mistress. She's a good neutral goddess of knowledge in the Exandrian pantheon. Okay, so she straddles the fence a little bit. So I wonder exactly who praises her, or is she, since she's neutral, she sees both sides, or the perspective of both sides, or is willing to support both sides. I wonder, that doesn't seem like it would be. I feel like most people who follow a god would have or would sit on one side of the fence. I wonder if there are any people who like sit under her or follow her religiously. I don't know. That's something that boggles me a little bit. I'm not sure what to think about that when you say neutral. I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Obviously not in this season, but in future seasons, maybe. We'll see. For a little backstory element, she was gravely injured in the war between the gods in the past during an event, the Calamity, right? Yep, known as the Calamity. Her cult priesthood still exists, but is smaller and has less influence now that they once had. Okay, so smaller influence. I'm trying to think if there's been anybody in the show that I could kind of relate to, like neutral ground. I don't think there's any. The only one that comes to mind, but I think they clarified who she followed. Yenin. Does she obey like the Everlight like Pike does, or is she more neutral? I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what comes of that. But it definitely raises intrigue. However, even an abandoned temple to the knowing mistress is a center of power, magically speaking. And and the whispered one knows that power can be appropriated, shall we say, for his own purposes. Okay, so that makes me think. The whispered one. I still don't think this little orb isn't the whispered one, right? It's just like I'm viewing it as like a window or a portal to the whispered one. This is just like an all-seeing eye that he can look through to see what's going on. I don't know what to think, but it does make me think that this Ziggurat or temple is works or serves as kind of similarly to what the temple does for Pike. It's just a conduit for a lot of power. So maybe this Ziggurat is going to give him the ability to astral project from wherever he is now and come forth. I don't know if that's the case, but we'll see. Then again, nothing really happened. The ritual just made a little spinning orb. That's what it seems like to me. I'm sure everything. No. Everything will not be fine. I know that's a fact. I appreciate you trying to put my emotions at ease, but I don't know what's about to go down. Actually, Eric, what up? We seen you in here before. Okay, so you know the Marisha getting hate, but now all being a fan favorite side of the story, which in my opinion is almost just the ugly side. She should never have gotten any hate in the first place, but there's another thing about Keyleth that is super cool. I'm sure there is. There's a whole bunch of stuff I'm ready to learn about Keyleth. Every year the cast dresses up for Halloween. Yep, somebody else mentioned this too. It might have been you actually who let me know. I think I asked if they role play for each episode, and you clarified that they only do it on special occasions and holidays sometimes. But in 2019, they dressed up as characters they played. Taliesin was the Flash. That's dope. Travis was Two-Face from Batman, one of my favorite cartoons ever series. Mercer was Cassidy from OW Overwatch. Liam Gar, hey Team Gar, Liam. That would have been my favorite. Laura, Alex in Gears of War, and Sam Phoenix, right? Ace Attorney, all fan favorite characters. And then there is Marisha, the youngest in the cast, dressed as Soldier B, Soldier Boy, nah, or the background soldier noises from different games. Okay, Marisha doesn't really have any big voice acting roles compared to the rest of the very well known cast, but she rocks it. She absolutely does, and everybody, I know they're all experienced. But I haven't. If you told me to pick a weak point or a weak actor, voice actor in this whole group, I wouldn't be able to, because I've even like the side characters, like a Yenin, like a Archibald, like a Uriet. Well, that's Peyton, but I don't know. No one's been a weakness for me. Roxy, she has done plenty of other stuff like Blind Spot, web series, and is now head of programming for Critical Role. Oh wow, so she's come up a long way. But the cool thing is that the rest of the cast will still be Ellie from The Last of Us or Donatello. Marisha is Keyleth, and she is awesome, and I love it. I know her as Keyleth, but I love it. I love it. She's been perfect for me thus far, so, and I'm sure that's not going to change. She can do no wrong, like I said. Fic fan, you said hold on, let's like yours real quick. You said, I love coming home after work and just chilling. Hey, Bobby chilling. Listening to your videos when you post a new one. Perfect way to calm down after a stressful day. Hopefully your days aren't too stressful, but I'm glad I can help you enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm glad you take the time to come home and listen to my videos, my voice. I know I get a little high pitched sometimes. I keep it a little low. Sometimes I give you that ASMR, but I'm glad you enjoy it nonetheless. Both these comment reads and the reactions, so I'm glad I can do that for you. And I think you've been watching my other reactions too, so I appreciate it. Thank you. Cybercratic, back to you, Cupboard Rat. You said normally you can't break yourself out of a go back real quick. Out of a charm spell effect, though it will end if the creature gets hit by an ally or you does something to hurt you in the live stream. Pike casts greater restoration, that's the name of the spell, I'm guessing, on Vax to free his mind. It's kind of a cure all spell. They probably changed it to keep from breaking the momentum of the fight. Got it. In this version, they showed the daylight sunbeam spell weakening Silas, causing him to lose control over Vax, hurting the enemy to break their concentration on a spell. Ability is often a solid tactic, but not all magic requires the user to keep concentration. Charm spells effects, for instance, generally don't. Okay, so yeah, that clears it up. I think I asked the question when they were fighting, and the charm on Vax wore off a little bit before Silas actually got disintegrated. But yeah, if concentration gets broken, it weakens the spell. Okay, got it. Thank you for clearing that up. William Little, I know I've seen you're over there watching my Moon Knight videos too, so I've seen you in that comment section. I always appreciate you. Let's see what you said. The plot twists are a Matt Mercer, the DM specialty. Yep, I've learned that over the course of these 12 or 11 so far. But he's a master, as you say, a genius, a genie. I don't know what you want to call him, what a deity, whatever you want to call him when it comes to these plot twists. He is that. Thank you, William. You said, oh, who we got here? Vaclav Devis. I'm probably butchering. I'm just trying to be fancy for no reason, but let's see what you said. They took their own approach with the spells. Every character has a small number of specific spells that exist in D&D or were created just for the show. For Keyleth, it is a Sunbeam, a 6th level spell in 5e D&D, okay, 5th edition D&D. Pikes is a variation of Shield of Faith and Guiding Bolt. Okay, Guiding Bolt. That sounds familiar to Delilah's attack. What was the name? Something Bolt, but I'm assuming that's the light version, opposed to Delilah's death or dark version, if that makes sense. Scanlan uses Bigby's hand, changed to Scanlan's for right reasons. The copyright and all that. Lightning Bolt and from the scroll is Polymorph. In the campaign, he had it as part of his spells. Delilah is most likely a version of Finger of Death. Okay, got it. Thank you for all that. By the way, I love your ideas. Some are really close to what. Ooh, some I'm almost hitting it on the nose. That's good. Thank you for letting me know I'm on the right path and not getting too wild. Some are quite quite far away, but interesting. Yeah, I just throw things and see if it sticks. But with a word like this where everything is possible, it makes it more interesting for me. I'm just glad you guys enjoy it as well. So thank you. Let's see, Cybercratic again. You said the spell Keyleth cast in their castle to weaken the wraiths was called Daylight, and the one she killed Silas with was Sunbeam. Not sure if they meant for it to look like Keyleth cast Daylight and then Sunbeam. Yeah, it did feel like she did two separate skills. Because I know she displayed the light and then the next one was just like OP overpowered. So I wasn't sure if it was the same spell just juiced up or if they were different. Not sure if they meant to Sunbeam consecutively or if they wanted a cinematic build up to the Sunbeam or what. I think Keyleth did cast Daylight, but earlier in the fight because A, they were underground and Percy can't see in the dark, and B, because it stops vampire health regeneration. Got it. Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it, Cybercratic. Yeah, that was my kind of train of thought, that she used both spells, but and I'm glad somebody else was kind of on the same page with me as far as that. I don't know if that's the case for sure, but that's what I'm thinking. So thank you. Let's see. We got Denaria. I think that's how you pronounce it. Black cat. Hopefully you don't bring me no bad luck. But you said if you're planning on getting into Critical Role Campaign 2, do remember to look for even more eyes. Trust me, it's worth the realizations. Okay, so I asked if I had already seen other symbols related to Ioun possibly. So you're telling me to look out for more eyes possibly? Okay. Maybe it's not just for Ioun. Maybe a different number of eyes represents a different deity. We'll see. Denaria, again, you said, I think the orb in Delilah's expectations were explained by Matt only in after campaign discussions. So I wonder if in animation in the cartoons we'll learn it in other ways. Okay, I wonder. I don't know if you're just really good at holding back spoilers and keeping me on a cliff, or if you're watching these episodes along with me and you haven't watched the finale yet either. I don't know, but regardless, I don't know. I don't know exactly what this orb is going to be. So we'll see whether the show plays it out or tells us exactly what it's all about. We'll see going into this episode and future seasons. I don't know. Karen, welcome back. I always love seeing you. I don't even know what your avatar. I think it's like sushi or ramen or something. I can't tell. It's just small on my screen. But let's see what you said. Gotta stop a moment and just applaud. Their main powers plot twist in the intro to my last video. I'm glad you enjoyed that or got a little kick out of it. Love it. You said the Ziggurat was for a different deity called Ioun, pronounced like Ioun, and her common symbol is 3 eyes. Got it. Perfect. Thank you, Karen. Always enjoy seeing you in there. Ethan Shapiro, you said you asked who she used as the human sacrifice. I don't think many people catch it, but Silas just okay. So she used Silas. I wonder I think the way I was thinking when that scene played out and we were watching it, I didn't catch that because I assumed that this spell required blood. And from what it looked like when Keyleth used Sunbeam, it seemed like she had just disintegrated him and burnt him completely. I didn't see any blood, so that's why I didn't assume that he counted as a sacrifice for the spell. But that does make sense to me. Thank you. Sacrifice, which is really cool and a little ironic because Delilah only agreed to bring the Whispered One back because he showed her how to bring Silas back from the dead. Facts. I wonder if that was like a, I don't want to say a requirement to pull off the spell because he's someone that it brought back, or if it gave it extra juice because he was only alive because of the Whispered One. I don't know, or maybe that served as kind of like an anchor. But I guess the temple itself, the Ziggurat, would be enough of an anchor for the magic to kind of anchor the spell, if that makes sense. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I just got a lot of ideas flowing through my head. Silas Bank. From the dead, it turns out they were very spoiled for choice. Like Silas mentioned in episode 10, Silas just didn't realize that he was an option. Facts. He definitely got, and I know he didn't see it coming. Calypso, welcome back. So we've established Ashley Johnson Pike is Ellie from The Last of Us, but did you know Laura Bailey Vex is Abby? I wasn't the biggest fan of Abby from The Last of Us, mostly because she was the bad guy, but I did not know that. Thank you for clearing that up. The cast just gets deeper and deeper, but as far as the voice actor, Abby killed it in The Last of Us. So I love that. The tidbits, knowledge. Thank you. Shimon Kramer. We see you all the time in here. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but you said, I don't know if you're saying deuces, like deuces, or if you're saying douches, as in Delilah and Silas, or maybe even Scanlon. We'll see. But I like your comment regardless. Appreciate you. Maybe just showing love and dropping a comment for the algorithm. Thank you. TKP, you said the charms were tied to Silas, so when he died, they went away. Scanlan being unsilenced was because there's a thing in concentration, like you touched on earlier. On spells, basically some spells require you to keep in your mind for its effects to continue. Got it. Delilah lost concentration on her silent spell, and then Scanlan used his own on her. However, the spell doesn't automatically work. There's a save involved every round that Delilah eventually managed to break. Scanlan just kept failing his until Delilah lost concentration. Got it. I love it. I know. I say it every time. This is a lot of info to take in. I try to absorb as much of it as I can, and I definitely don't take it all. But just giving me the basis of all this knowledge helps so much. You guys don't even realize. I appreciate it. Headcase 71. I think this is the first time I've seen you in here, unless I just missed some of your, or didn't get to some of your comments from other videos. You said misery loves company. So Delilah loves Silas, I take it, or I guess you could relate that to a bunch of different couples, but in the show. But if you think this is a cliffhanger, wait until you watch the streams. Matt is a master. He sure is of suspense. I don't know what I got myself into with this finale, with this Legend of Vox Machina series. I damn sure don't know with the live streams what I'm about to get into, but you guys are warning me, and even further in that notion with the Obsessor. Welcome back with another comment. 11294. You said, believe it or not, it gets worse. I believe you because you've told me before, and it has. So. I don't know if you mean just in this next episode or just if you already know what's to come in the season 2, but I believe you and I'm looking forward to it, but not at the same time. Christina Patrick, you said no spoilers. for the live show, but the scene with Keyleth took me, and I think several other critters by shock because Vex was the originally one that got I think. Spoiler reasons, as it was a good bit different than the live show. I love how the animated show is able to portray the raw, intense emotions that those at the table were feeling in the moment. Yeah, this show has been great from top to bottom. It has surprised me though, being an animated series. I love, especially my animes like Naruto and stuff like that, Death Note and stuff like that. The emotional investment in short episodes like this surprised me, and with a short season, only 12 episodes. So, and I was invested like after the first three, or actually the first one, to be honest. So, they've done a great job with that. For many people, this is all a game. It's fun. It's fun. It's a night out away from stress. But what some people tend to forget is these friends who have their own bonds outside of the game have been playing these characters for years. They are in really an extension of themselves. So when things like this happen in game, very real emotions come through, and scenes of death and betrayal can cause some very real visceral reactions in the moment. I can only imagine what it's like. I'm looking forward to jumping into it like head first. I got some of you kind of shepherding the way and showing me the way, but I'm looking forward to jumping into it. I remember watching the chat episodes where they talk about things that happened and finding out that after really bad episodes, sometimes they would all just hug like I needed a hug after last episode, each other, and go out to eat, maybe grab a drink to help calm things down and settle their minds again. I love that about them. It's such a healthy way to deal with intense emotions. You're not lying. I love that about them too. Even you guys have given me a lot of knowledge, only on the not only on the characters, but the people themselves and how close knit they are in their off stream and off cast relationships, which I appreciate, and has made me appreciate them more. But to hear that they're that close, and as much impact as these games have on them emotionally, that they kind of get together afterwards, no matter how long the streams are, just to kind of decompress. I like hearing that. I'm one penguin. You said, I think this is my first time seeing you, I believe. I love seeing someone discovering a thing or a thing I like. These are great. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying them. Welcome to the channel. Stay tuned for the rest of the ride. I know we got one episode of the season left, but future seasons to come, and then more Critical Role content. So I'm looking forward to it. John O'Brien, let's see what you said. That ending is a real kick in the feelings, isn't it? Keyleth and Pike really showed their strength in the fight, but everyone except poor hypnotized Vex got to play a major part in taking down the Briarwoods. True. I didn't even realize in the moment that he really didn't do too much when it came to taking them down, but I feel like he might have a little bigger role in this episode coming up, or maybe he'll just have his time to shine in season 2. So we'll see how that plays out. Appreciate you, John. Chris. Here's a hug. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's almost a week later, and I still need a damn hug. And it means more coming from you because number one, it's a hug. You got that green avatar. Green is my favorite color. Your name starts with a K. K for Keyleth. It's 4 days ago. 4 is my favorite number, so that means a lot. I appreciate you. Take a hug back. Purple like fire. You said. I was laughing so hard about you saying they can't kill Keyleth. Oh, you are evil, Purple. You are evil. Knowing this video was next, Lady Briarwood did have to have someone to die to finish the ritual. Well, she ended up dying in the long run, but I guess you're talking about Silas. Excited to see you watch the last episode and then all the other videos from CR. I'm looking forward to it too. Your theories are very interesting. I feel like you guys need to just drop a comment of my most interesting theories, because I know I make so many theories, I might forget the ones I made, and I'll have completely new new ones by the time season 2 comes out. But obviously we are going to comment on anything that is a spoiler. or aren't going to comment on anything that is a spoiler. They are for sure going Kiki, or they are for sure giving Kiki extra shine because she deserves it. She absolutely does. I know I didn't get to see it firsthand, but just hearing what she went through and how great of a job she's done with this show, I'm glad she's getting all the shine that she's gotten. William Little again, welcome back. You said, attention everyone, our favorite reactor is doing reactions to Moon Knight and doing a great job as usual. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it. I know Moon Knight probably isn't everybody's cup of tea, but if you are watching the show, go over and watch that. I'm having a good time with it. I actually, before recording this, I just recorded the episode 2 reaction, so I'll be dropping that on time. I'm not sure if it'll come out Thursday or Friday, but regardless, even if you don't you're not a huge fan of Moon Knight, just click it, like it for me if you don't mind, or share it. I appreciate it. Thank you again, William. Dracanian, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think this is the first time I've seen your avatar. So let's get into your comment. You said your investment in Keyleth is absolutely adorable, and it's only gonna continue from here. That's my girl. Keep up the awesome reactions. I'm gonna try to. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, I don't know if you're coming over from the reaction already, since these will probably drop in the same day, or if you're watching this one first. But regardless, I'm glad you've enjoyed them up to this point, and hopefully some of my other ones as well. Let's see, Piggy, my girl Piggy, that damn Keyleth avatar, but you a OG. You've been here since episode 1, I'm pretty sure. You said, I've watched this episode multiple times. Is this your favorite episode? And that chest shot and the pike vanish, ouch, my heart. Every time I haven't gone back and watched it yet. I'm nervous to go back and watch it. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I feel like I'm losing my voice right now. I'm hoping I don't lose it mid watch. I'm gonna lose my damn voice, but like the last second of the episode, and you guys are gonna hear nothing but silence. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But yeah, that shot through the chest especially hit me hard. I'm gonna watch all these episodes because I took like weeks in between watching each one of these episodes. You guys can tell because it took me to drop a while to drop them, but I'm gonna watch them all like back to back, especially since they're short, and I know the impact's gonna hit even harder. Thank you, Piggy, once again. Curtis D, you said Delilah saying I broke the world for us gets me every time. You know what, I actually kind of I think I was talking over it during the reaction, but I kind of missed it while watching it the first time, and when I heard it in when I was editing, it hit for me, and I didn't cry. I didn't cry nothing, but it hit me a little bit, and it's such a good line. I love that. And like I said, going back and watching all these episodes back to back to back, I think it'll hit even a little bit harder. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, Curtis. Let's see what we got. Blue Ronin Studios. You said, I know I've seen you before. You said, yeah, this episode was a lot. It sure was. All of them have been. The fact that these episodes and the information that you guys have given me, it's been hard to retain all of it, but I'm trying, especially with me watching other shows and balancing the information at the same time. It's been a lot, but it's been a fun ride. Kiki coming in clutch, killing Silas with the sunlight, and then jumping in the way of Delilah's magic blast. Yeah, she saved the day, and then she saved another life. She hopefully she got more to spare. I still don't know how they're gonna keep her alive or bring her back. But I don't know. I'm nervous, y'all. Of Delilah's magic blast to save Vex. That shocked all of us because it was different from the live stream. The original campaign, it went down different. Yep, because Vex initially got hit out. And even though you guys let me know that Vex was the one that got hit in the live stream, you did not tell me if she died. So that oh my God. I'm getting more and more nervous. We're almost at the end of these comments. Actually, we're at the last one now. Cool. So let's get into it. Essa Michaela, Michaela. You said you are the best comment. Oh, I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying. It's also, I love that you guys love me, but it makes me curious who else you guys watch as well. But I'm glad you guys get so much enjoyment out of not only my comment reads, but the reactions themselves, my theories, and the post episode discussions and all that. So I love it. You said, I love how you pick apart everything in the show. I try to. imagine if these, I hope they keep this this formula of half an hour episodes. It might be harder depending on how dense this second season is going to be. But half an hour episodes is like perfect. And could you imagine an hour of me watching these episodes and theorizing those? You were right. Someone said my season 2 reaction number 1 will be 18 hours long. You might be right. We'll see. It is also wonderful how you took us critters in. Much love. Finland, bidet to you too. I'm pretty sure I said bidet at the beginning of this one. But Finland, it's crazy to know that you guys are watching me from other countries and finding enjoying language barriers and all that. Y'all probably watching subtitles and saying, what the hell did he just say? But I'm glad you guys enjoy, and I actually want to come to Finland once Rona and all that kind of dies down and we can get back to traveling. I'd love to. I've never been outside the country. Finland's one of those places on my list, so I don't know. I'm looking forward to that. But nonetheless, you guys are great. You guys are awesome. Another great comment section read. I've got more comments to read too from the actual comment read from last episode. So we'll get into those at probably after the finale. I'm not going to do them now because my voice is dying. I've been talking. It's been an hour pretty much. So yeah, that's going to be the end of this one. I hope you guys enjoyed me interacting with you a little bit. And I guess if you came to this video first, go watch the reaction now. It should be up. I hope you enjoy it. And I'll catch you in the next, not the next season, but the next Critical Role content video. Maybe, do you guys want a poll? Give me your top 5 things you would want me, if you're watching to the end here, give me your top 5 things you want me to react to first next. And should I give you a secret code? Say what's the secret code? Keyleth. You knew it was gonna be something Keyleth. Say Keyleth loves peanut butter crackers. I'll catch you in the next video. Deuces.